How do you advise buyers when it comes to researching and assessing foreclosure properties? Jeff Link of Keller Williams Professionals Asheville is proud to present the Asheville Real Estate Podcast. Welcome to the July edition of our podcast. I'm your host, Joe Leininger, and we have a great show in store for you. First, we'll talk about our local market trends. Then we're going to explore the 4 biggest mistakes sellers make when putting their home on the market. Learn from our experts as they share valuable tips that will save you both time and money during your next transaction. It's all coming up next. Today with Jeff Link of Keller Williams Professionals Asheville. Thanks for joining us today, Jeff. Tell us what's going on right now in the Asheville real estate market.
Joe, buyers continue to enter the marketplace and are savvy about evaluating their options, so this means our inventory needs to be well priced. Now that we have the first 6 months of the year comparables to work from, inventory typically picks up this time of year as well. So we expect to see some increased activity in the months ahead.
Okay, thanks, Jeff. For a national perspective today, we're also joined by Terry Murphy, a real estate author and CIO of U.S. Learning in Memphis, Tennessee. Terry's a regular contributor to both mortgage and real estate magazines and is here to share with us what she's seeing nationally. Terry?
Hi, Joe. The pulse of the marketplace is pretty healthy. In some areas, our market is leveled as it always does in the summer. This is the time that properties that were usually overpriced in the spring market begin to adjust to the comparables that are now available with 6-month statistics from January through December to study. Buyers continue to seek the best value for their investment, so sellers need to be right on target for property value to get the property sold prior to the fall and winter markets.
Terry, what kinds of things should we be looking for?
Joe, as we transition into the summer months, we experience a steadier and more consistent activity level than the rush of spring from the fourth quarter of last year. We know that it's important that today's sellers be savvy about pricing and staging their homes for better saleability. Now, when the buyers get there, the property sells better when it shows the best. And, of course, for a successful sale, realistic pricing is more important than ever. And, Joe, there are usually just 3 or 4 major mistakes most sellers make when selling their property, which usually can cost them big dollars, but more importantly, critical market time. If they want to sell their property faster and for more money, they need to avoid these mistakes in today's marketplace.
That's an interesting observation. Jeff, what are the most common mistakes that people make when selling their property?
Joe, here are 3 key mistakes I see sellers make. Number 1, the sellers price their homes too high. It's a challenge to get the most money and not leave any on the table, but today's buyer is much more empowered and savvy about the marketplace than ever before. It's easy for them to study housing before they ever go out with an agent. So a seller can overprice their home, but the buyers won't overpay for a property. High prices make longer market time, and then the property becomes shop-worn and generally sells for less money than it should, just because of the long marketing period. Mistake 2, the seller lists with a friend. All too often, somebody in the family has a real estate license, and that doesn't make for a good family reunion next summer. Hiring a friend or even family member is one of the most serious errors a seller can make. Sellers should select a professional that has a strong marketing plan, good level of experience, and who have expertise in the type of housing to be marketed. Mistake 3, the sellers let their emotions get in the way. Because of time and money spent in the property, some sellers can insist their home is worth a higher than market price, or they may become too difficult during the negotiation phase. It is important that the seller be able to trust their real estate agent. A veteran agent can really make a huge difference here.
Are there any other seller mistakes that you can think of?
Sure, one of the biggest mistakes some sellers make is that they don't stage their home properly when they put it on market. It is critical that the property be totally prepared to enter the marketplace. Deep cleaning, painting, repairs, landscaping, and pet control are critical for a successful sale. Good staging can include repositioning furniture, packing up clutter, and adding fresh flowers inside and out. A home that is not staged properly can take more time to sell and actually diminish the real value simply because it is not as presentable as it could be. So as top professionals, we commit ourselves in helping our clients' properties show their best. It's really amazing what a little preparation can do for the seller's bottom line.
Terry, can you think of any other factors we should be aware of when comparing properties and evaluating homes for sale?
First, Joe, if the property is really unusual or unique, instead of testing the market with a price that's tough to comp out, I would suggest you get a professional appraisal to help you and your realtor arrive at the best range to get sold without losing valuable initial marketing time. Remember, the realtor has actually seen more houses than the appraiser, so input from both professionals is valuable. And secondly, sellers should be smart about choosing a real estate professional and company to sell the home. You want to be careful about considering discount services that don't include important steps in the marketing and closing process. Choose a professional based on solid principles, good testimonials, and great expertise to handle your largest asset. And the last tip, Joe, is properties that sit on the market do so for several reasons. But one of the biggest reasons might be that it's just plain difficult to show or doesn't show well compared to other properties. Work with your real estate professional to stage your property so it shows the best to get you the best price.
Great advice, Terry. Thanks. Jeff, do you have anything else to add?
Yes, Joe. I wanted to encourage listeners to visit a website to get the value of their home online. This site is called AshevilleHomeValue.com. It's free, and there's no hassle and no obligation to use it. Again, you can find it at AshevilleHomeValue.com. Also, as you get closer to buying or selling, give us a call, and we can offer you a market update and help you get the most from your transaction. We are constantly monitoring our market to keep our clients informed. We'd love to help.
Okay, thank you both for sharing. I look forward to learning some of the key mistakes that buyers make and how we can avoid those when we talk again next month.
You bet, Joe. Thanks.
Yes, Joe, we'll talk again next month.
For more information on this podcast or for information on the Asheville real estate market, contact Jeff Link. You can reach Jeff at 828-279-6585, or you can find him online at jefflink.org. Until next month, thank you for listening to the Asheville Real Estate Podcast.